The first round of the seventh round of the championship, rather, as we look at the second part of the rally review, was at Mont Blanc. The second half of the season starting not too well for Bernard Béguin, who we're talking to here. He says, I think it is a fuel pump problem. The car began to misfire and then it stopped completely. Now we just can't start it at all. Pierre-César Baroni is back with a new car. He's now going to be driving a Ford Escort rather than his Lancia that we saw him out with before. And Baroni has obviously got used to it pretty quickly because he was leading after 4 stages. Philippe Bugalski next up. He takes 3 fastest stage times in a row and also with that takes the lead. After the first leg, Bugalski leads by 6 seconds in front of Baroni. Yves Loubet drives Dieter Depping's Sierra, but brake problems for him with this car, and that means that he's really struggling to get into the top 3 placings.
Épingle droite. Le droit de ferme, gauche droite, 50 carrefour.
Inboard with Yves Loubet there. As we moved on to the second day, not a good day for César Baroni, who retired with a broken gearbox. Another spell of the bad luck that seemed to afflict his season. Christophe Lapierre also coming into a few more problems than he had bargained for. Let's sit and watch. A dramatic rollover for Christophe Lapierre. He was okay after that. And after Baroni's retirement, Bugalski was the man who had the lead. He had an advantage of over 1 minute, and in the end he won fairly easily from Patrick Bernardini and from this man, Sylvain Polo. It's the first ever victory for Philippe Bugalski in the French Rally Championship. The 30-year-old who started rallying VW Golfs back in 1982, getting himself a superb result. The 8th round of the French Championship was the Rallye du Limousin. After only 2 stages on the first leg, Jean Ragnotti went off and retired on that stage. Ragnotti, the 48-year-old in the Renault Clio, so problems for him. Baroni also having problems. He nearly lost the front wheel, as we can see him coming through in the night stage. Lost 3 minutes on that second stage. Second day dominated by Bernard Béguin, who's got that Ford Escort Cosworth running an awful lot better now, and he built up a 24-second lead. Only Sylvain Polo in the Lancia Integrale could try and challenge that, but he was to suffer clutch problems, and that left Béguin with a very big lead indeed. His advantage now over Yves Loubet out in the Lancia for this event, an advantage of 1 minute 43 seconds for Béguin. Philippe Bugalski is now out in the little Renault Clio. This one fitted with a semi-automatic gearbox. Let's watch him as you see him change gear, just flicking the lever back to change up and forwards to change down.
Poteau gauche 116, sortie humide. Droite à fond, pont plus gauche à fond. 20 mètres, gauche à fond, saute. Et 80 mètres, frein épingle droite 70, saute extérieur. Frein épingle droite 70, saute extérieur. Et à fond 30 mètres. Gauche à fond, pour droite 104, cordes.
A hydraulic system used on the Renault Clio as opposed to the electronic system used in Formula 1, but very, very effective nonetheless. Patrick Bernardini is going to take 3rd place from Bugalski, and Yves Loubet ending up finishing in 2nd position, some 53 seconds behind Bernard Béguin. This is the 4th victory of the year for Béguin, and he is getting closer to a 4th French title. travelled north for the 9th round of the championship at Le Touquet, but once again more problems for Cesar Baroni, who really just didn't seem to have the luck going for him at all. He went off on the first stage and had to retire out of the rally after a fair bit of damage to the front of his Escort Cosworth. Big surprise of the rally was this man, Paul Littard, who dominated the opening stages and in fact was leading after the 4th stage. Beguin was back at the lead after the end of the 5th stage, but not for very long. Unfortunately, his engine expired at the end of stage 7, putting the man who'd won those 4 rallies in the championship so far out of Le Touquet. So Littard continued to lead, with now Sylvain Polo in 2nd place, some seconds behind Littard, so not very much in it at all. In 3rd place, Philippe Bugalski in the dramatic little Clio. And Serge Jourdain leading in Group N. Let's go aboard with Serge Jourdain.
Et droite à glisse, refaire sur bosse. 250 mètres, droite long 120 juste. 100 mètres bosse gauche 80. Et droite 80 non corde sur bosse. Chaud. Et droite 80. Et gauche long 90.
On to the 2nd day, and the fight continued between Sylvain Polo and Paul Littard, but not for very much longer. Littard started making a few mistakes. The pressure was obviously on him as he led the rally, and this incident alone lost him some 7 minutes. It dropped him down to 8th position at the end of the rally and handed the victory on Le Touquet to Sylvain Polo, the 32-year-old, winning his first rally in the French Championship in front of Philippe Bugalski and Yves Loubet. Despite retiring, Beguin took the championship, his 4th title in France and a new record for achieving that many titles. It was a hat-trick as well, having won the title in 91 and 92. Bernard Beguin, certainly the man of French rallying. The Rally des Cevennes was the penultimate round, and Cesar Baroni took the lead straight away. After the first leg, the Baroni was leading by some 11 seconds in front of Bernard Beguin. Beguin, dramatic now that he'd won the championship. He didn't have anything to lose, so he could really give it full throttle. Jean Ragnotti in 3rd place in another of the Renault Clios, getting a lot of support from the crowd. Alain Oreille in one of the other ones in 4th place. Let's join him on board.
Sur gauche épingle. Faux gauche sur droite épingle. Droite 45, attention, léger humide. Gauche droite à fond plus, léger humide. Droite à fond, léger humide, pas corde.
Well, superb in-car action from Alain Oreille in the little front-wheel drive Clio Williams, and we're going to be seeing a lot more of those type of cars rallying in Britain, with the news today that the 1995 British Rally Championship will be for Formula 2 cars, which effectively means similar cars to the Clio Williams there, the front-wheel drive special, the 2-litre engines, and that's what we're going to be seeing in Britain in 1995. Well, the rally continued through the night and back out into the day, and Beguin was looking very, very good indeed. Sylvain Polo, though, having problems with his Lancia Integrale and still managing to make up some good ground. Let's go on board with Polo.
Gauche 35 sur gauche à fond. Mètres, droite à fond du record, sur gauche 35 greffes.
Back in Montpellier, Béguin settles a new record. This is his 6th victory in Les Cévennes and his 5th victory of the year. A fabulous result for Renault as well, with Jean Ragnotti taking 2nd place and Alain Henry in 3rd position. The final round of the series, the Rallye du Var. 3 stages, done 3 times, and that's the traditional way of running the Rallye du Var. So the drivers getting to know each and every stage pretty well by the end of the rally, but requiring a very high level of commitment from the drivers. Sylvain Polo, the early leader, but not for very long. Cesar Baroni taking the lead by some 31 seconds from Polo, and 3rd place man Bernard Béguin 44 seconds behind. Bugalski unfortunately retiring in that first leg, running out of water, overheating the Renault Clio. Problems also for Yves Loubet. We can hear as he comes towards us, the engine certainly not running too well, and Yves Loubet was out of the rally early on. Polo, however, continuing to set very, very quick times, but it's not quite enough. Cesar Baroni attacking in the last stage and keeping a 35-second lead. Although Baroni was unlucky in the French Championship, he was the European champion this year, and he was putting that sort of performance to good effect here on the final round of the championship. This was Bedini, and that was the end of his rally. Unhurt for the driver and co-driver, but a spectacular accident putting them out of it. Baroni kept going and took his 3rd win of the French Rally Championship. Sylvain Polo finishing in 2nd place after a good season for him. And Gilles Panizzi ending up in 3rd place for his 1st ever podium finish in the French Championship. Bernard Béguin then, the champion at the end of the year. Serge Jourdan 2nd and Sylvain Polo in 3rd. It's the 4th title and the 3rd title in a row for Béguin, and it's been thanks to some good action in the French National Rally Championship. We've got some touring car action coming up from Spain next, so don't go away, stay with us for some more racing here on Eurosport.